excellence in sports entertainment.
Right. I got two left hooves. Who on test? Well, since nobody's stepping to me, take me to your cult leader. Take me to your local drug dealer. Take me to the man in the mirror when you stand and deliver with your hand on the trigger, an emotional terrorist. I-double-M-U-N-E. Never make my enemy public. I'm a private dancer, dancing for money. Do that thing that's funny.
Hello, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Spot Monkey Radio. As always, I am Tony. That is Malik. We have a lot to talk about, and we are going to start right out of the box with SummerSlam. Obviously, how you doing, buddy?
A little tired, but
Late night?
good. Not really. To be honest, what is it? 2013, they had WrestleMania 29 at MetLife Stadium, and that was the last time I was there for a wrestling event. And if it wasn't for the fact that we were able to kind of hitch on to what somebody that was legally blind, that was with a group of our friends that you would know, we would have never got out of Jersey.
Yeah.
However, this time around, it was a shuttle bus over into Secaucus and then taking the train one stop into Penn Station. So we were good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you went to both nights?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And going to Raw tonight. So, yeah.
You're sick. All right. Well, all right. So Mike Greco is going to be joining us in a couple of minutes. When he joins us, I'm going to take a dip out because I have to do something real quick. And I'll let you guys break down SummerSlam.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean, if you want to just start getting into it, we can start right out of the top. We can start with night one. I didn't know you went to both nights, so that's pretty awesome. And it was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. What'd you think about the match? How did you feel about the whole thing? Floor is yours, bud.
I thought the match was pretty fun. It was exactly what it needed to be. I mean, most people probably thought in their minds that, the Bronze, as I like to call them, were going to be victorious in this match. But I was just like, there's just no way. And with the rumors speculating that Roman Reigns probably won't be around again until Survivor Series, makes things even more interesting. Especially things that are going to be more interesting as we go towards the end of night one, whenever we're able to get towards that. Yeah. But overall, I thought it was a very good match. It was what it needed to be. I don't understand the reason why people would think that Jay would turn on Roman or vice versa. I was like, none of that was needed in the story. This was, looking back at it 2 years ago, the two of them headlined the SummerSlam. 2 years later, you fast forward, and the two of them are back together again as family. So I thought that was good, healthy entertainment is what we needed. And it's very interesting to see Roman Reigns as the opening match, as opposed to being in one of the main events.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. I watched night one much later because I had something to do Saturday, and when I walked in and turned it on, I was like, "Oh my god, he was the first match." I was like, "Son of a bitch."
Yeah.
I wasn't bad. I like I said, maybe I was a bit of a positive, looking at it through positive eyes. I don't know. I know wrestling hasn't been great as of late, especially Raw and SmackDown. Look at this. Yeah.
I think what it comes down to it's the case of it's a lot of wrestling within a span of 7 days out of the week. You can go back to as far as when they did AEW All In and Saturday Night's Main Event and then the Women's Evolution show. All of those shows jumbled together, and then fast forward, you got Raw, SmackDown, more AEW shows, TNA, and then you came to the TNA pay-per-view, and it was just a lot to just take in that week. This weekend was definitely a lot as well, because there is no difference.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit going on, especially in Jersey. Welcome, Greco. How you doing?
Hi, everybody.
It's good to see you. We just started with night one. We're starting with match one. I am going to just take a second. I got to handle something, so I'm going to let you and Malik have the floor. He just spoke a little bit about the first match, so we'll give you the floor right now. So you guys take it away. I'll be right back.
Okay. I had no surprise that was the opener. I figure Roman wasn't closing, so what else are you going to do with him? You're not going to put him in the middle of a card.
I mean, you had to start off the show hot, so it was the right decision, the right call that was made.
You know, normally I like the quicker tag matches, but for this, I get it. You want to let everybody get their shine.
The thing that's been very interesting is the fact that both shows had, 6-match card. So with that being said, each match was given an ample amount of time to just, have the floor, to do as they please, to entertain the audience.
Well, maybe not every match. We can get into that a little later.
I mean, there are a lot of opinions on 2 different matches. There is a match from night 1 where everybody is back and forth on it. I think the worst thing for me wasn't anything that happened at the show. It's after the show. It's taking a train from Secaucus to New York and sitting down and just trying to close my eyes just to relax as I'm sitting there across to my lady, and just to hear people complain about a show that they spent a decent amount of money for to go and see. It's like at the end of the day, it was like nobody can be happy.
Oh, no, and it's never going to be. I questioned the 6:00 start time, and from what a lot of people were thinking is because there's always so many issues getting from MetLife back to the city. I'm guessing that's why they went that route.
I mean, the cool thing was they had everything prepared. They had shuttle buses that took you over to the train to get you out of there fast if you weren't driving into basically the American Dream Mall to park and then heading over to MetLife. So it was very easy. It wasn't as complicated as it has been years ago. It wasn't a situation of like WrestleMania 35 for the people that I know that went, where they wound up damn near stranded over there with no buses, no train. It was insanity. So I'm pretty sure Uber made a lot of money that day.
Oh yeah. As far as other matches going, so what'd you think of the opener? Like I said, solid opener. Roman doing the over the top rope Superman dive was phenomenal. Because
that was insane. Because I was just like, yo, your back is done, buddy.
Yeah, and he cleared them. Like when you watch it, he cleared them.
Yeah, it was air rains, as he called it. Jay getting the pen didn't surprise me at all. Okay. I just feel like Bronson Reed is definitely like the henchman that's always going to take the L's. Yeah, is what I'm seeing in the group. Some people may see it as an issue. I really don't. I mean, they're still elevating these guys within this group, so there's definitely more to come for the both of them.
I agree, and I think we saw Braun walking up. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, walking around with a little bit of a limp afterwards. So I'm hoping that's nothing
serious.
I mean, he did a signing yesterday. He didn't have a knee brace on or anything, but he was definitely, you could see he was hobbled a little bit. So
my brain's a little bit of a scattered blur. I'm trying to remember what the next match was.
I'm actually going to look it up because to sit here and do that,
I got you right here. I'm back here. I got you. Thank you guys for doing that.
No worries.
So the next was the women's tag team match. It was Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez of the Judgment Day.
So I'm not gonna go too deep into that match. The story. I mean, I'm not going to say us, but most fans did not embrace Charlotte Flair when she returned at Royal Rumble. It's like we spoke about before in previous episodes about her return. How is anybody going to invest in somebody that is on a yacht doing a promo on their big comeback? I know that I don't have yacht money, so I can't relate. So it was almost like the audience humbled Charlotte. And then the best possible thing is put her with. So Alexa Bliss is recognized as a hot baby face in my eyes.
Yes,
I'd say so. Yeah,
which is crazy because all she ever tried to do was be like the mean like bitch girl, and the more she did it, the more the fans embrace her.
You know, it was a you know we compare Raquel Rodriguez to being somewhat of a Big Daddy Cool, which is what she was for the little blonde and Liv Morgan. Despite Liv Morgan being injured right now, she remains still being that for Roxanne Perez.
Roxanne
And it was
Perez,
yes, and it was basically like similar styles. Big woman, short chick, and it worked out well.
And from what I could tell, the crowd seemed to enjoy the match. They didn't turn on it really.
No, because I know a match that they turned on.
Oh yeah.
Do you think this is actually working for Charlotte Flair? Like it's actually getting the positive reaction they wanted? It's actually working?
I think so.
And I haven't watched SmackDown in a couple weeks, so I don't know. Like I didn't watch this whole thing play out. I just saw that match on SummerSlam. I didn't even know what was going on in terms of how they became a team. So I didn't know. I was just I just assumed they put her with Alexa Bliss because she was just not getting over. People hated her, and now I'm happy to see that it's working at least with Triple H's shit.
And I gotta say, I like the spot of them doing where Alexa accidentally hits her, and now Charlotte's up, and they're teasing the whole heel turn. And meanwhile, she just she takes the one for the team. But what I like is after the match, if you notice, Charlotte looks at her and Charlotte goes, "You hit me."
Yeah.
They don't just no sell it. Like she plays it off a little bit.
I felt it was a very proper story for Charlotte to come back into the fold, so that way the audience could appreciate and accept her again. So now, when it comes down to a future rematch at some point down the road between her and Tiffany Stratton, which I do believe they will do, it'll be more accepting as opposed to it feeling forced. It'll come off natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they had to force that down our throats at WrestleMania, because you could have built that up to now.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You could have did this tag storyline first,
and
leading this into now. But I wonder how many things changed once Liv Morgan got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, isn't she from Jersey? So she would have been homecoming, right? That would have been a big thing. Yeah.
I have a feeling that she might have been in the triple threat match or something, and maybe not or maybe it might have been a 4-way instead of a 3-way. They would have had her in something more with herself.
Yeah.
Next up we had Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. I guess this was the goodbye for Kross.
I'm a little upset about that.
You know something? I was really the one match that did catch me off guard and shock me, because I'm just we got Kross, we got Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn can do anything, and if he loses, it will not hurt him.
Yeah.
This did more damage to Kross, I think, than Sami Zayn at all.
Well, I think I'm with Greco. I assume that this is it for him. They're not going to renew his contract. And this was basically just his here, you got over. Here's your match at a big PLE. You're not going over because we're not doing anything beyond this. So, but we'll give you, because you were able to get over at the very end, we'll at least give you this nod and give you a match on it on SummerSlam. I think that's what it was.
This was a little strange to me, because kind of like R-Truth, the audience wanted R-Truth back. They got him back, and did we really get him back? Because he hasn't really been displayed much. But, T-shirt sales going crazy. Kross, another one who was in the top of T-shirt sales. And I'm just there's money on the table still to be made from this guy. I'm thinking in my mind, what I think just me fantasy booking, that with this loss, if they decide to keep him, he snaps, and that long, luscious flow of hair that he has on his head, he shaves it, and he goes back to how he came into the company. Bald-headed Karrion Kross.
Oh, no, Karrion Kross. Oh. Yeah, he's got that weird widow's peak. That doesn't look right with that long hair. It just doesn't look right. He looks better.
I could see, you have him doing this whole promo where he's just sitting there, shaving his head.
Yes.
Just real, and here's something I'm starting to notice with TKO group, possibly. The thing of gimmick wrestlers is starting to go away more and more.
Yeah.
And not to say that Karrion Kross is a gimmick, but he comes off as that's a gimmick. And I don't think, like, even with Triple H running the show, I don't think they know what to do with someone like him.
Well, yeah, but the thing is too, and I noticed this, and I thought it would go away when Vince went away, but they really don't like when you get yourself over.
No,
they really don't. If you don't get over their way and their writing, man, they don't like.
Okay, like if you wanted to do something with Cross, and this could be something, and again, he's gonna probably take an L, but it's just to give him something. If you're re-signing him. The easy thing would be, well, let's do Punk Seth right away because, he just cost him the title and all that. You could kind of pivot from that. You could have LA Knight come out and be like, well, I'm the last person that pinned you, so I should be the one getting the first shot. And what you do is when you have Punk come out to cut his promo, you have Cross just attack him and absolutely obliterates it, where Punk goes away for 2 weeks.
That's a good way to
and then you could do a Punk Cross kind of thing where you keep Punk away from the title just for a month or two. Because, at some point we're getting Punk and Seth again.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think they don't build that to Mania, right? No,
I think it's going to be Seth Roman at Mania.
No, you know something? I hate to... I agree with both of you, but I feel we're going to get a potential second year of the same triple threat match with the world title involved.
Oh, Jesus. I mean, it was a good match from WrestleMania.
Booking-wise, I'm not crazy about this as an idea.
Yeah.
But to have Roman Reigns back in the fold again for a world title that is not the WWE title would be interesting.
Now, I could see that. What I could also see, especially is at some point if we get Homelander Cody, you can always have Roman go back toward Cody because they need their third match to finish their trilogy. And I'll throw a wild card in there. You have Sami Zayn win the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
And you're going to do Sami Seth.
I like that idea 100 times more because that's not the first time seeing or hearing that. So what was the fourth match that was up? Was that the Women's Championship?
Yeah, Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Yeah.
Can I tell you guys something? That was my favorite match of night one.
Wow.
Really?
Yes. I felt Jade improved in this match.
Really?
I thought she improved. I
mean, she only did like 3 moves, so I don't know how I feel about that.
Maybe I need to watch it again, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. I thought the match they had on SmackDown a few months ago was much better. And they were only given like 8 minutes last night, Saturday night.
I guess it was different for me. I guess being there live, the energy, everybody was into it.
Right.
Everybody was into it. That was a match that I thoroughly enjoyed.
Okay.
I gotta be quite honest. I gotta be quite honest with you. And pay attention 1 second.
That's fine. Listen.
I did like Jade's gear showing, ode to the Jamaican bobsled team. I appreciate that.
Did you see Kofi Kingston's
tweet? Yes.
Yeah, she was funny. I did it first. I did it better. I don't understand what this. My cat is back here making noise. I'm sorry. I don't understand what this thing is with the. Did you see that Papa John's commercial with them? Like with that little promo they did when they go, we're still in the morning, and they took the last pepperoni slice.
Yeah.
It's like weird. Like can we just admit that Grayson Waller is annoying? I don't go away. He's a little annoying. Like oh, I don't understand. I would, the same way we were just talking about how they basically might not see it with Cross. I don't see it at all with Grayson Waller. Do you?
As a villain, he gets heat.
Because I think Austin Theory is the star in that tag, in that little tag.
Yeah, Theory is definitely a star. The issue is that he was shoved down our throats.
Yeah,
right.
Vince.
And he was shoved down our throats by Vince, and that's the other issue.
Yeah.
Next we had maybe the surprise of the night with Jelly Roll and.
You thought this match was good? I just thought it was very spotty. It was very spotty.
I felt like it was. Listen, Jelly Roll I
My
wasn't
motherfucker.
expecting him to be Bad Bunny or Logan Paul.
Agreed.
But I could tell you
Yeah.
for certain,
He
he
was
is
bad.
no Jay Leno. Okay.
Right. He's
I
not.
said the same thing.
I said he's not Snooki. He's not Seth Green. He's
I
just,
said,
you can only expect so much from the guy.
yeah.
Yes.
But I was watching it with my wife and Felix, and my wife was like, she didn't even know who the fuck Jelly Roll was, and she's like, "Who is this fat guy? Who he sucks." Like she thought, like they asked a guy from the back to team up Randy Orton because it's like a handicap thing. And I said, no, he's like a rapper country thing, right? And Felix like, yeah, he's a country rap singer or whatever. I'm like, oh, I was like, okay. She starts wrestling, and then she starts proceeding to like really like this guy sucks. They got to get him out of the ring. And I said, well, babe, let me just take you back in time to 1998 August. She goes, what? I go, yeah. I go, there was a little moment in time where Hulk Hogan was in a chin lock by one Jay Leno.
That's right.
Yes.
Might have been the worst thing we've ever seen. So it's not that bad. But
And at that time, it was depicted upon us as the worst thing, but the best thing for them because it got headlines and it was on newspapers and it was in the news. Right now, with Jelly Roll cuts a pretty solid promo, I think. On the build to this. I was not expecting him to be a master of the mat. First of all, that strutted to the elbow, major pop. Okay.
Man,
I was into the whole thing.
Can I say this? He might have been a shitty like because he obviously has no athleticism. You saw that, okay?
Yes.
But he's got the performer part right.
Yes.
Like he could speak, he could cut the promo, and the whole selling of we're going through the table, and then that shit at the end where he turns around, he's like, Randy needs me. Which, quite frankly, if I'm going to be quite honest with you, I don't think Randy really needed him. But
no, I don't think so.
But
he had the facial expressions. He's selling. That's what made it for me more believable with watching him, and I had no issue with it.
Yeah, no, I even said that. I said, yeah, at least he's performing. Like he's selling. He's it's it's silly because, like I said, the Logan Paul spot through the table. I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Like at some point that guy's gonna kill himself with those dumb things through the table. Like, right? I mean,
I picked up on something. Listen, I give Logan Paul credit. I love to shit on him, but at the same time, he, if you look at it, he's always been, not to say protected, but they've been very smart with him. They put him in the ring with guys who can work so that it makes him look even better because he is good. But Tone, I don't know if you picked up on this, Malik. I know it was probably a little harder because you were there. But when Jelly Roll scoop slams him, if you notice, Logan Paul posts perfect on his hip. Oh, right on his leg where you're supposed to post. And it's the first time I said to myself, wow, like Logan Paul is really getting this.
He's training. He works a lot. He works hard. Yeah. I mean, listen, you know what the funny thing is? And I just want to address this. There's a bunch of people in chat, and I will bring all the chats up a little later in the show. So I just want to know we're not ignoring you. I'll probably make sure we bring up the chats. But the one thing I noticed about Logan Paul is a lot of people don't like him because of his like success on YouTube and everything like that.
It also revolves around the ignorance. I don't need to make mention. You can Google that yourself. The ignorance of things that he's done. Yeah. But I came to see a wrestling show. I didn't come to see for his personal. It's also like how I didn't think they were going to do it, but they did. They announced the passing of Hulk Hogan again. And for the majority of it, it was a lot of positive responses. A lot of positive responses.
I felt when they showed Hulk got a better response than when they showed Nick.
You know why? Because that crowd was like, "Who's that fucking guy?" He's a fucking idiot.
Also, if you guys ever go to I know you're not here in New York anymore, Greco, but if you ever go to the American Dream Mall at around 5:30, for whatever reason, they coincidentally play Real American.
Hell yeah.
So as my lady and I were done eating, we walked because it was like the same time, identical both nights that we went to go have dinner and then go into the stadium, and the song is just playing at 5:30 each time. I was just like, "What is this? What is happening?" And it's called the American Dream Mall. Why are we not hearing Common Man?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
That's true. That's true.
That's going to be something I'm going to question.
Yeah. I will say this, and I know I'm assuming you guys read this too, that they changed the finish of this match last minute, and I'm glad they did because I would have preferred to see Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre win over Jelly. Listen,
Agreed.
and I want to know if you guys saw this. The promo they cut on SmackDown, I laughed out loud when Logan Paul goes, "I'm sick of these celebrities infiltrating wrestling. We're wrestling," and Drew McIntyre went like this. I laughed out loud when I saw it. I was like, "That's a good," but I'm happy they switched that because I'm kind of sick and tired of those, the stereotypical celebrity matches where they always go over and they have the moment with the wrestler raises their hand. I was happy to see that the heels actually went over in this.
The word in the rumor mill is that this story is not over yet.
No, because I think Jelly Roll is probably going to definitely come back because he likes wrestling. Clearly, he loves it. But that's another thing. Did you notice that a lot of these celebrities are really taking to wrestling a lot differently than the old ones? Jay Leno, all these guys will just ask to come in. But some of these guys, they take it seriously. Like they go train, they got buy rings.
Rumor has it this is what became the problem with a certain someone that came out at the end of WrestleMania.
Oh, fuck that guy. Yeah.
That's kind of why they're no longer in working relationship and they're talking shit about him.
First off, Malik, and I commit because I know you have the fucking game too. How much happy are you that we got Gringo Americano over fucking Travis Scott?
First of all, we didn't just get that. Alistair Black just came back this year and he's already in the game. I'm pretty sure they used a previous model from the past and just updated the theme and everything. Of course, I was never going to use Travis Scott.
No.
Period. Period.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing is? They took his character model and just gave you Tyrese Halliburton and Jalen Brunson.
And you know something? Believe it or not, I actually like using those guys.
Are you son of a bitch? You do?
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Dude, I screamed to the heavens because I don't know if this happened to you, but because they fucking put Shaq and these dummies in the game with a sleeveless shirt, they took it out of the game and put it back in as a DLC, and I had to remake 9 different creator wrestlers because of that stupid sleeveless shirt. I was so mad about that basketball drop. I was like, oh my God, you fucked me. I was like, God damn it, Shaquille O'Neal. Fuck you and Papa John's.
Oh my gosh. By the way, I know somebody was just like, I wish they would have kept Jordan Grace's TNA theme put in the game. And I was like, they could have. I was like, you got a bitch who's never been in WWE.
Which is awesome.
In the game.
Yeah.
The game with his theme music. I was just like, this is 10 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I like what they did. And New Jack for some reason. Can you just? I mean, I hate to take it to the vehicle, but New Jack blew my fucking mind.
I was just very surprised. I was like, oh shit, this is really good. Now to our main event of night 1. CM Punk challenged the then World Heavyweight Champion Gunther.
Can
you say like CM Punk? I mean, I know it's age, but he's lost the step. He's not as quick and as good as he used. I mean, I never really used that before, but you noticed because I noticed it watching.
Early on in the match, there was So, and I'm gonna put something to this, and I think they announced like house shows coming up, and I think they're starting to see why, because I felt early on in the match they were off. There was a lot of missteps. When you always had house shows that would build up to these events that no one would ever see or talk about, that's where guys got their timing down. So I agree with you. I feel like the first 10 minutes they were a little off, and then once the match started getting rolling, then they were in sync. Then it was great. Yeah. But I think the first 10 minutes, I completely agree. Like Punk especially looked like he was just a step off.
He just looked like he just you could tell age started to play a factor in his abilities.
There were moments where he was just beating the teetotal dog shit out of CM Punk.
Yeah.
So that was just like, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed. I was a little disappointed in the morning because they announced that Gunther had to have surgery, and I was like, all right, so obviously Punk's winning no matter what. Yeah, Gunther has to have some kind of nasal or some kind of sinus surgery.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that means he could be out for as much as probably 3 months, and then when he comes back, he'll be over and hot. So,
Yeah. But let me ask you this question, Malik. Did you hear the chops from the crowd?
yes,
Because
yes,
those
I
shit
did.
were fucking loud.
They echoed.
Yeah, I was like, fuck, man. He hit him one point so hard that he couldn't bump right. Like, that's how hard he chopped him. I was sitting there with Felix. I say, you gotta be careful. You're gonna fucking tear your tibula. You don't go get those legs up because he hit him so hard in just the leg. He couldn't get his leg up. He just I was like,
and what's great with something like that is if this was like AEW something, it was like some young guy, like like Punk would definitely like stiff him right back. A guy like Gunther, you're not stiffing back.
Not to be that guy, but I'm probably gonna sound like that guy. The power bombs that he delivered to CM Punk would be the equivalent of power bombing your 2-year-old child.
Yeah, just the truth.
They were very, very soft, very light. I'm sitting there like, what the hell? Like, I'm just like, that was the only thing that I was just like, maybe don't power bomb this guy.
Yeah, because here it is. It's because he's like, well, if I jackknife this guy and powerbomb him, I could probably shatter him to pieces at this point. Because like I said, you could tell. Like when he's in the ring now, I'm just noticing it. He's very, I don't want to say dainty, because I'm not trying to say he's soft, but you could tell he can get injured very quickly. He's very injury prone now because he's older and he's older. So I just noticed that you got to be careful with him. That's why the ending to me was perfection. I know a lot of people saw it coming because obviously it was spoiled by the internet.
I mean,
but I thought
to see that moment happen live, It was like okay. Do I think CM Punk was deserving of becoming World Heavyweight Champion? Yes.
Yeah.
Do I think they should have saved that for tonight? No. It was the right call made. I know. First of all, did you guys see that one video go viral of the guy screaming at the top of his lungs as everybody kept singing Rollins' theme as they're exiting the stadium?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Why is he
Oh
screaming?
my god. Because obviously he was a CM Punk fan.
Oh.
And he took it very personal. And he, like me, when I left, I was like, I should just rip everybody's Cody Rhodes shirt off them and leave the building. The first person I would get would take off my lady shirt. But then I realized that's a dumb idea. I was just like, I'm not going to react like this the way this guy is, because he was screaming. Everybody's singing the song, and he was like, that's all he has. Shut up. Like, he lost it.
He was
lost it.
Big time mark, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I would have loved to be sitting next to him when Rollins' theme went off.
Hits, yeah.
Because he was probably like, yeah. And then I was like, what? No.
I will share with you guys later. I don't know what country this dude was from, but he was screaming CM Punk's name as loud as he could, and I'm gonna send you guys the audio. And he sounded like one of the Crank Yankers characters. Were like, "Yay! I got mail!" But CM Punk saying it in that voice, it's gonna be a noise that I will never forget.
Yeah.
That will live on forever in my brain.
I will say, and friend of the show, Mr. Daniel Royal Pun, has always said one thing, and he said it in our group chat, and it's very true. If you're Punk and Rollins' music hits and he's running to the ring, why wouldn't you just leave the ring?
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, common sense.
You know what would have been funny?
If he would have did the Del Rio, like he kicks him and then leaves the ring.
But if he would have left the ring and as Rollins slides in the ring, he does that Money in the Bank shit.
Yeah.
From the fucking barricade and then just runs off into the crowd, and then it's like Seth Rollins is just screaming like angrily. That would have been funny, like a little swerve, just a kind of. But I thought it played out well.
What you could have did, actually, Tony, that's really good, because what you could have did was you could have did that night one, and then tonight on Raw, do the same thing where Rollins tries to cash in and Punk tries to escape, but this time Braun and Braun are standing there.
They're waiting there, yeah.
And they toss him back in the ring, and then that's how you have him execute the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, because it would have made Raw more exciting.
Yeah,
I would have spiced Raw up after, because I thought it was good. I thought it was good how they executed it, but the fact that it was spoiled like a lot of people already knew that he was going to do that, I would have pulled that little swerve move and been like, yo, instead of having cash in, have CM Punk spoil that moment where he's run, like you just say, run to the ring, slides out, does this. It's like, fuck you, you ain't getting me that way. And he runs off into the crowd and Seth Rollins is just screaming at him because he couldn't get him. And then like that builds, I think that builds even better to Raw, because now you're excited to see what the fuck is going to happen on Raw when, you know, he has his champion's coronation like they always do. He comes out the belt and then, you know, bop, 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 you know, what's going to happen. And you do that moment. So you basically spoil that moment. And it would made Raw, I think, more interesting. I mean, obviously, who the fuck am I? In the words of DDP, who have I ever beaten? But, you know.
I will also say there's a video going around after the matches. Punk's leaving, right, and he's going over to like kids in the rampway and he's hugging them, giving them high five and everything, doing the right thing. Some adult man, okay, not a child, okay. If it was a 13, 14-year-old child, I would have been like, yeah, okay, maybe. Some adult man comes over with a trading card and a pen. He's like, Punk, sign it. And Punk just starts to walk away. He starts, oh, you're a bitch. You're, you know, fuck you, bitch, whatever. It's CM Punk. You are a grown man.
Yeah. You know, like, and I hate to sound like the wrestlers now, but there are so many of those convention things that they're at. Just go there if you want their fucking autograph. Yeah. Stop trying to get it right there for free. So you don't have to pay.
We know how CM Punk treats people because we saw what he did to our good friend Matty Main.
Yeah, funniest thing I've ever
seen. Which one day, Tony, you have to tell the story. Not today, but one day you will tell the story.
Funniest thing ever.
Tell April about it.
Before breaking into talking about night 2 of the show, I have to say that, you know, when you're going through the metal detectors, there are certain things that you have to leave behind. And one of the things that I saw that was left behind should have been utilized heavily in that venue and at all times.
Deodorant.
Because, oh my God.
Even with no roof, you could still.
Yo. So check this out. Where we were sitting at in the section was not too far away. So we had good seats where we were able to see everything. Obviously, seen from the pictures and videos I shared. So there was a father and son that was sitting in the lower level aside from us. And these two guys came to come sit down. And I was just like, man, this stench was not here. And it just arrived. And I was like, oh, my God. First of all, why are you trying to steal other people's seats? Number one. Stay in your seats.
And if you're gonna at least have a little etiquette and smell nice, you dick.
But also the real number one, shower. Use that soap.
Yeah, I know.
Lather up with that deodorant. Don't be pulling up to these places smelling like boiled bologna and sanitation. Like, come on.
It's sanitation.
Straight hot garbage. It's abysmal. Now, moving on to night 2. Opened up with a big triple threat match for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship featuring challengers Rhea Ripley and Io Sky taking on the champion Naomi, which Naomi came out with her father playing the guitar on her entrance, which I thought was a pretty cool nod to have.
Agreed. Well deserved. Naomi's been there a long time. Like, she deserves a moment.
I didn't watch this match. I was outside cutting my grass. And I completely lost track of time. That was the only reason.
To be fair to our viewing audience that watches the show, you already know how Tony feels about the other sex of wrestling. So he's kind of just Greco and I will take over from here.
We'll walk you through this one.
Greco.
All right, so I'm getting very annoyed with this whole Rhea Ripley thing of like, oh, we're really friendly with each other and we're always going to be nice to each other. What I think needs to happen at this point is I think Rhea Ripley needs to come out tonight and have her Batista Rey Mysterio moment where she's like, I'm sick of my friend always costing me the title.
You just
wait. Time out. Let's be reasonable.
Okay.
It was a triple threat match. It's every person for themselves. So the three of us in a triple threat match, and Tony's clearly the villain here because I think out of the three of us, people might see Tony as the biggest villain. I might beg to differ because I see myself, but that's here nor there. Right? You and I get along. You had me pinned for the 1, 2, 3, but Tony scoops in and steals the win fairly because that's what's allowed in the match. But you're going to turn around and take out your anger and frustration and aggression on me for your failure, for you not paying attention? That doesn't work. I think we could build to this going even longer. I say because the women's tag team title is a traveling championship over to Raw and SmackDown, we get Io and Rhea to team up at some point, somehow become the number one contenders, move them away from the women's championship story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for those tag titles, fail because of Io's mistakes, but who wants to see a villain Rhea Ripley? I don't think you're going to be able to get it because people cheer too heavy for her. And Io is well liked, and Io can't turn. I mean, if you were to choose between the two of them, you go with Rhea, but I don't know if the crowd would be accepting of it.
Yeah.
So
Listen, I may not pay attention. I may not pay attention when the matches happen, but I know who's over and who's not, and I don't think you should turn Rhea heel. You know, I mean, I don't get the whole Io Sky, yay, be my friend thing, whatever. Whatever. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. But
like that, okay. When she does that, even though I know they're both friendly and everything, instead of Rhea, like, yeah. The second she does that, Rhea should have kicked her right in the face.
I was all for that.
And been like, it's a triple threat.
Yeah. Remember when Shawn Michaels did that to Triple H? Just
That is
nailed him.
one of the greatest starts of a match ever.
Yes.
I should have done that. Like, she should have just turned around and kicked her right in the face and then kind of had when Naomi shocked, and then Rhea and Naomi could have went one-on-one for a little bit. You know, you could have done all that. That would have been pretty cool.
Huh?
Naomi pull up?
Was it a good match? Was it a good match?
It was a good match.
Yes.
Everyone was expecting the same match from basically Mania with Bianca. It's different people, different personalities. But overall, it was a good match. It was a solid open.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the right person won, and they did the right thing by not having Io get pinned again. They let Rhea take a pin because everyone swears that Rhea never takes a pin.
Okay, so I'm not going to go super deep with the second match. It was the TLC match. Obviously, a tribute to TLC from 25 years ago. You had the Hardys in the stadium. You had the Dudleys in the stadium, which they have a big Bound for Glory match coming up in October.
Yeah.
The final
and they
encounter
made mention of Edge and Christian. Obviously, they're not going to be there, but they did mention them at least.
Yeah. So there was basically a final encounter of sorts coming up for the two teams. Now, the match, the TLC match was everything you expected with Street Profits and Legado del Fantasma and the Wyatt Six and Do It Yourselves. Because, like I said, I'm sitting in the audience and I'm making people crack up because I hate the name.
The name is stupid. Yeah.
It's just a terrible name.
Yeah.
Period.
They have some dumb names now, like My Family Tree. There's just dumb ones now. They're not even trying anymore. They're like, what do you want to name it?
Fraxium.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember all the tag teams who were in it. Obviously, it was a super entertaining car crash where hopefully nobody got seriously hurt. It was everything that I was expecting. I thought Andrade and Rey Fenix were going to get the job done. When they did it, my exact words were the fucking pig and the buzzard.
You're not a fan of the Wyatt Six?
Some sick spots in this match when Dawson. I always say the flux capacitor. I know it's the Spanish fly. Them doing that spot with Dawson through the table was insane. I don't know what happened with Loomis. I don't know if he was trying to elbow drop Montez on the table or he was trying to leg
It turned
drop him.
into a senton. It looked like he was going for a leg drop and it just went straight into a senton, and I was like, that was pretty sick.
Candice LeRae going through the fucking ladder.
That was insane. That was pretty
Let
crazy.
me tell you, the best part of that is Johnny Gargano going over going, "You okay, babe? All right, good."
I literally said, I'm sitting in the crowd. I was like, I screamed out, "Are you going to choose your wife or the titles?" And some guy goes, "He's choosing the titles." And I was just like, it was just so messed up.
It was exactly what you thought it was going to be. It was a car crash, and that's what those matches are supposed to be.
Oh, if you're expecting a spot fest, this is where you expect it.
Yes.
Spot. Yeah.
It was what Shane McMahon had called for when they did the tag team ladder match. Safe but spectacular, which was basically the theme of the match.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. I thought these
think,
guys killed themselves each table spot, but for the most part, I thought it was a very good match.
and the letdown match of the weekend was for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria challenges the man that holds you down, Becky Lynch. And one, Becky has a brand new theme. I thought it was funny that her Tron was kind of in red and yellow. So I thought she was going to come out wearing red and yellow as to just continue to troll the audience, the basically the IWC. And this match was predominantly on the floor, which was the issue.
So first thing I just want to say, Malik, I don't know what it sounded like live. I didn't hate it. It didn't sound terrible, the new song.
Okay, the new theme actually is kind of much better than the old one in a way.
Okay.
The old theme is catchy because when you hear it, the audience started doing the wave, started chanting "This side sucks" because our section wouldn't do the wave, and then the people up in the nosebleed seats started doing the wave. Also, this night 2 was obviously a bigger sellout due to it being John Cena in the main event. Period.
Yeah, agreed.
Period. Because I was just like, damn, these seats. I was like, I looked in when I came in, I was like, every row of seats were taken, but nobody was really into this match. There were some high spots that were done within the match. I knew Bayley was going to come out and get involved. Was it obvious that she was the cause Lyra? Yes. Does this mean one of them is going to turn heel? Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to Becky Lynch taking this title and this story somewhere else where she's no longer involved with either one of these women.
I mean, do you see like star power with this Lara Valkyria? Do you see anything? No, right? I don't see much.
No, I didn't see NXT. I see it even less now. First off, she gets a microphone. I used to make fun of Becky Lynch when she got like do the oi 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 oi. But at least Becky Lynch is like, telling you stories and stuff. This girl gets a microphone, and I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't care.
She comes in and she sounds very nervous still.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard. There was one promo that I thought she did that was solid while she was still the champion. There were parts of me that I'm invested on her in the ring. As far as character, not as much. She annoyed me that she didn't have her Tangula wings.
Bird
I was
wings.
just like, how dare you not show up with your wings?
I know.
But overall, it was basically her last chance, and if she didn't win, she would no longer get a title shot while Becky is a champion. So I think we can move forward to the WWE United States Championship match, which contested in the confines of a 15-foot high steel cage.
Can we just talk about one thing that happened in that last match?
One of my favorite matches of the night before you
when she has the zip ties on her hands and her zip tie comes off and she then has to put it back on.
Let me tell you something. I looked and I think I put my head down. I was like, wasn't she free? Yes. And it was like, no, she somehow managed to get her hand back in. I was like,
yes. Okay, go ahead. On to the cage match. Thank you.
The cage match was one of my favorite matches, by the way.
Jacob Fatu challenged Solo Sikoa, and the only thing that I thought the match was good. I just thought the ending was kind of just meh.
Yeah.
And I thought we were going to get another civil war with, family versus family, so to speak. I thought Jey Uso may have shown up.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
But I'm like, you guys need backup. And for me, I feel like it could lead towards something towards Survivor Series where the vision of what I have in my head could happen, but who knows?
I thought
the one thing I could not stand is finding out that some people were saying, well, what if Zilla Fatu comes out? And I'm going to say this right now. I have never sat down to watch a Zilla Fatu match. And when I did have the opportunity, I waited on the line at the Slammiversary show to buy a TNA shirt, which they didn't have in my size. So it was the right amount of time for that match to not have watched. I don't know what the big deal is. that everybody's making about this guy, but it's not the same when you already have somebody of the likes of Jacob Fatu. So
Can I say something? I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm enough with all the Samoans. I mean, Jesus Christ!
You saying that? Whose gimmick at once upon a time was Fatu?
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy.
Can you please? Oh, I mean, Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Can we talk about oversaturation? I love the Samoan. I love the Samoan guys. I really truly do. But I love that they were very few and far between. They were attractions to me. Like Umaga was an attraction to me. That's why he became one of my favorite wrestlers.
First off, you have JC Mateo, who a friend of mine literally said to me, "What is a JC Mateo? Like, why is he part of this? What are we doing with this guy?"
Yeah,
Tony. To be fair, 3 of those guys are Tongan, and one of them is most likely Hawaiian. But I get what you're saying in the overall grand scheme of things.
Enough with all that.
It's no, it's
like, and I don't mean it like they can't be in the company. What I'm saying is enough with this family bullshit, like this bloodline. We're always fighting. I have my family.
Once Roman beat Solo, that should have been it.
That's it.
It's not over though, guys.
Yeah,
the story will continue.
Yeah,
that's what I don't like.
It's getting on, and what it's going to probably do, unfortunately, it's going to suck Jay back into it. I feel.
And you're right. And here's what the issue is. Jimmy needs to do something, and I feel like Jimmy is just drowning.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just drowning.
Yeah.
He's the Genetti. He's the Genetti. I hate to say it that way, but that's exactly how Genetti.
Can I also just say, and this going back to night one real quick, because I think this is the dumbest thing in the world, where 5 minutes into a match, Jay starts his entrance over again. I loved Braun and Braun pulling Roman out of the ring and starting to beat the shit out of him during the entrance when they're doing it the second time.
Yeah.
So
good.
But just back to that stuff. I agree. The Samoan stuff.
I also love when Bronson Reed stole his shoes. That made me laugh so hard last week on Raw.
The Shula Fala.
Yeah, the Shula Fala. That's funny.
The tribal thief.
But
you have to do something new now. Here's the only thing you can't have now. Solo, like, what do you do with Jacob? Like, he's gonna still feud with Solo. The U.S. title is just gonna be sitting there. Like, is the plan then to have Jimmy beat Solo, or
okay? Here's my thing. Solo has been put in very high ranking, like very prominent matches.
Yeah.
Very, very worth your time. The issue was he would always lose. Solo is the only person to get a pinfall victory over Jacob, and now a cage match victory, still defeating Jacob, despite it all being with shenanigans. So it does not hurt Jacob at all, and it thus continues to elevate both of them, which is good. Do I see a rematch for the title at Clash in Paris? Maybe. If we don't get that, it has to be some sort of tag match.
Hell in a Cell.
But I feel like if you're gonna do a tag match, Jay, realistically, I don't think is gonna have anything else to do unless he's the next person to challenge Rollins for the title, which I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. Because now it's a guessing game. If it's not going to be Punk, you have to think who would be the next person in line.
I think it'd be
so. You know something? It would make sense. And I heard a little rumor that he's not happy with creative. Once again, it's just rumors. I don't believe everything that it is that I hear and that I'm told. But I couldn't see it being impossible because LA Knight is obviously crazy over. Brings in money into the company through selling merch. Can work his ass off, cuts promos. Some people find him to be bland. A friend of ours, Hatch, thinks he was better off being Max Dupree, which I think is just absolutely ridiculous. I even enjoyed the Max Dupree stuff for that little bit of time. But we know what he can do in the ring, so he needs to be who he is, LA Knight. I think that's just another thing where we have to wait and see what happens next.
Agreed. I mean, I think you can do a one-off with him with a title match, and what you could do with that is that's how you can get him away from being face LA Knight and turn him heel, because obviously he's just a better heel. But back on the whole Solo thing, I will say this about Solo: this is the first time I actually enjoy watching Solo now. where before he was being forced down your throat and he was just
I like
serious thing. Him as this goofy kind
Yeah.
of
I like the way he cuts promos. He's always like, "Can you believe this guy?"
Because he's finally coming into his own. That's what it was.
When
Needed.
he got arrested, it gave me such Mountie vibes.
Yeah.
Like that's all I was saying, and like I was really just I was like, all right, I'm finally starting to see this guy. And that's one of the greatest skits of all time. If nobody's ever seen that, go back and watch SummerSlam '91. Mountie Big Boss Man, the loser goes to jail match. Hilarious.
That's my favorite SummerSlam of all time.
It's up there for me. That and probably Ocho, probably my top two.
Yeah, I know. Like somebody who was yesterday, Michael Cole said had the nerve to say the greatest SummerSlam match of all time was Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. And I said, I beg to differ. You go back a year before when he wrestled Kurt Hennig, pal. That match was fucking perfection to me.
Everybody always says that, and I'm like, the match they had in '95 is better, but whatever.
The match they had in '95?
Bret and Bulldog in '95 to me is a better match.
In December.
Where he cuts his head open.
Yes.
I
agree with that. Yes.
Way better match. I love that match.
Bret always came out with the wet hair. It got dry during the match, but now it was soaking wet with his blood.
Correct.
That was crazy. I remember that. Yeah. They said they were curious.
The next matchup was for the Intercontinental Championship as Dominic Mysterio defended his title up against the Gringo Heat. AJ Styles, who basically.
Can we just take a second to see? Can we just take a second to talk about how awkward he did the Eddie Guerrero
dance? Oh my god!
It's like, but you're so white, you can't do that. Like you just can't. When he came out, because I thought Dom Mysterio was going to do it. I was reading the rumor about somebody who was going to do a tribute to Eddie Guerrero, and I figured out Dom Mysterio because he has the mullet and the fucking mustache. It's like a no-brainer. But the fact that he came out dressed up like Ray, like he had the same colors as Ray from 2005, and he dressed like Eddie. That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Well, it just proves the theory: Mysterio always beats a Guerrero.
Pretty much. Which I thought was a very fun match. I was just like, neither one of them got DQ'd for all of the basically Eddie Guerrero-like spots. It was a very fun match. I was actually surprised that Dominic retained.
And I loved the ending was from WrestleMania 20 with Guerrero versus Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I saw that, as soon as I saw it, I looked at my wife. I said, "This guy, this is Guerrero from 2004." I'm like naming fucking like moments of when he would do this shit.
Yes.
She's like,
and
"What?" I go,
"What kind of helps too is with the storytelling is none of Judgment Day helped out."
Yeah,
correct.
Did you see the post conference the post show? With Dom Mysterio, where he's like, I took this boot and he put it right up on the table and he goes, and I hit him right in the face because they did like an interview with AJ and he had like a big red mark on the side of his face. He goes, my boot did that. And then Peter Rosenberg goes, those are very nice boots. He goes, yeah, it's real cow skin. And he starts I was like, yo, my wife hates Dom Mysterio. She's like, he looks like a dirtbag. I go, exactly. He is the most over heel to me. That kid is. I love that fucking.
I thought they were gonna give it to AJ only because with Dom doing this AAA thing now, I have the feeling that Dom is gonna win the AAA title.
I was reading that they want him to be the face of AAA now.
Yeah,
I'd be all for that.
That's the word. And last but not least, the number one reason I went to SummerSlam, or rather number two. Number one was my lady. She was like, we got to go.
Well, let me ask you this question. Since you were in attendance, were you happy to see the Titantron come back? Were you happy to see that version of Johnny Boy?
I was over the moon pretty much to see that, because I was just like, what are they going to do? Because everybody in their brain's like, oh, he's going to do some scumbag shit to Cody. And it was just like, no. And his performance level, this match that they had, was way better than their WrestleMania match. It's almost like the WrestleMania match was done on purpose the way that it was.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that you didn't just get Super Cena, but we got Super Cody.
Yeah.
Buddy. My friend Tom came over. I was sitting there smoking. He was watching, and he goes, Man, is it me or is there a lot of finishing maneuvers in this?
It was like playing 2K up against one of my good buddies, and we just keep on kicking out of finishers nonstop.
I will say this: this is where you could see the main event of Mania got so messed up because you could have went at this such a different way. You could have went at this where Cena, without Rock, without him turning, like fully turned, you could have just had Cena did the thing where he kicked him in the dick at Mania, hit him with the belt, and got the pin. And Cena this whole time could have just been like, I needed to do it. I needed to be 17. And like you could have told this story where match after match, Cena would like do something underhanded, but it's just like, I just need to be champion. Like you don't understand. Like I have to leave with the title. Like, and then Friday could have came, you could have had that whole same promo. And Cena been like, fine. Like, you want the old Cena, like, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah.
But that match was everything. It's Cena's best match since him and AJ at SummerSlam.
I thought it was very good.
Oh, yeah.
This is the match we were supposed to get at WrestleMania.
Yes.
That's what I really feel. Man.
Yes. Cena
before we go any further, I'm sorry. My wife wanted you to know that she thought Lara Valkyria and Becky Lynch wasn't a bad match. And she's a big fan of Lara Valkyria. She wanted me to say that.
Tell her that we are all entitled to.
This time to say this is a show about opinions, and she's entitled to hers. That's right.
Yeah. She thought pretty good. I don't know.
She's definitely saying "F you guys" right now.
I mean, I think Chris Jericho's very overrated. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
He's not even on this show. He's not even on this show. And you bring him up for what reason? For what reason? To do this? To make this happen? To make this happen?
You know what? I'm sorry.
You know what I've been saying lately? I was like, damn. I know we haven't discussed anything AEW related, but I'm over here like, damn, you know what's weird? I kind of miss Chris Jericho right now.
Yeah. I would love to see a Jericho back in WWE.
We've had John Moxley freaking. Oh my God. Okay, anyway, back to the main event.
Yeah.
You did that to piss me off, Greco. Yo, your receipt is coming, bro. You almost got him on a whole AEW thing. We don't want to go there. So listen.
I almost made him forget about John Cena losing.
Yeah.
Nah, you couldn't. Because once the 3 count went down, first of all, one of the things that I was just like, you're bugging right now. When he picked up the steps and he threw them at Cody's arm, it wasn't because we've seen Cena do it before. He did it to Bray Wyatt, but it wasn't the lower part of the steps. It was the top part that he threw at Bray. And I'm like, that looks insanely kind of heavy to just be chucking at somebody for them to get hit with. And I was like, you're bugging right now.
If you look at Cody's arm, I don't know if it was because he was just like jacked up or like it was where it hit him. It looked like a bone was like sticking out at like almost.
Like, I'm going to send you guys that clip as well so you can just see it just getting chucked at him.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there was moments in this match I saw when John Cena did the leg drop off the top rope. I was like, man, now he got some height on that too. Seriously. I was like, he's pulling out all of the stops here today. He's giving me all the.
I think he missed one opportunity to do something that would have been hilarious. When he comes up the ramp, up from the Cody entrance with him on his shoulder and hits him with the attitude adjustment. I thought every time he picked him up, he should have just kept doing it until they got to the ring.
First of all, when he did that one, that was enough, bro. I'm not taking no. I'm not taking another one of those.
Yeah.
Because Cody landed all on his right side. And I was like, his whole right side is done.
Dude, if you want to just feel what Cody felt, just go outside, grab some plywood, and just flip on some plywood. That's exactly. It sounded like a body just hitting wood. Like,
I wonder if that was the plan, and Cody was just like, "Just carry me to the ring. Just carry me to the ring."
Oh my God, dude! Like, it was funny because they went under the ring, and you could clearly see the spot was open on the stage.
Yes.
And Felix turns around and he goes, well, yeah, he goes, I bet they're going to come up fighting. You know, like it'll come up and they'll just be fighting. And then all of a sudden, you saw the smoke coming, and we just saw him holding Cody Rhodes. I was like, oh, I guess they did that under the ring. I guess they took care of that. Fisticuffs under the ring.
he just has him up. He has a smile on his face, and then he just chucks him. And it looked like when you're watching, let's say like it's a sketch comedy thing, and they go to toss the person's body, but they use the dummy. That's what it was.
Yeah. That it looked like when a father takes his son and tosses him into the pool. He's like, go in the fucking water. Like that. That's what it looked like. Yeah,
teaching you how to swim.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just gave me PTSD with that one now.
You're gonna earn this title tonight, Cody.
They went all out for probably over 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was the main event that was necessary. Cody was doing everything in his power to keep John Cena down.
Yeah.
There were multiple crossroads and attitude adjustments, going through tables, getting hit with chairs. Cody, taking the metal that holds up the ring ropes and popping him with that a couple of times, trying to choke him out with the ring rope. So many different things until it was finally one last crossroads, the send-off to keep John Cena down, the proper passing of the torch.
Yep.
Yeah.
From John to Cody, letting you know now this is your guy.
Can we also say it's like, how it was like Hogan must pose, Cena must salute, Cody must cry. Like it's like in that kind of order. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was great. I thought it was a great fucking match. Like I said, it redeemed them from WrestleMania. I would truly say.
And Cody did the right thing. He gave him the salute and then just sprawls out of the ring.
He just gave the ring.
He gave him the ring. Everybody is chanting, "Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena. Thank you, Cena." The crowd is just going crazy. And then that music hits and you're just like, oh shit. But before I even go there, in my brain I really went, but why? Haven't you done enough to this man at SummerSlam since 2014? When does the torture stop? 2014.
I think at this point it's become a rip.
He basically eviscerated John. Okay?
Yeah.
Practically took the man's manhood. And 2022, Cena loses to Roman Reigns. But we don't see it on the show because it happens after the show. He F5 John Cena for no reason. To come back 3 years later, making his final return since, 2023, where he lost to Cody. And my brain's going, well, damn. Cody has been cooking up at SummerSlam these past couple of years. I'm thinking it would have been better he went after him, but instead, no. He goes after John Cena, which, he's walking around the ring very slowly, very menacingly.
Mm-hmm.
Brock is still a beast. Slides in F5.
So I do like that Cena learned that instead of like the last time in 2012 when Brock comes in, smiles, and then hits him with it, like Cena knew. Like he's getting in this ring and I have to defend myself.
Yeah.
Which he could barely do.
It's funny. So Cena, we see the end, right? Cody cries, Bubba gets out of the ring. And Cena's in there, everybody saying, thank you, Cena. So my wife is like, what's going on? And I'm like, well, this is the last time he's in Jersey. He's not coming back to here ever again. That's it for him. And she's like, oh, okay. She goes, but doesn't he still have for the rest of the year? And I go, yeah. She goes, well, who's he going to fight next? And just as she finished that sentence, that song hit. And Felix started laughing. I go, well, apparently Brock Lesnar. She goes, what? And then she's like, well, she goes, this guy, why would they want to bring this guy back? And I turn around and I go, because when the aliens come to this planet to fight us, that's the guy we send to fight for humanity. I was like, that's why. I said that to FNB and Lewis this morning. Yeah, I said that's why. I said when they come to take over this world, that's the defender of the universe. It's Brock Lesnar.
By the way, that might be the greatest McAfee line ever. Yeah, like in WWE.
Yeah, and she went okay, and then he's walking to the ring, and I go, he's just going to get in this ring and F5 John Cena. And Felix goes, no, he's not. John Cena probably beat him up. I go, are you not aware of John Cena? I was like, come on, he's gonna get F5. He's just right in the ring, and he F5. And I go, you see? I was like, it happens every time.
So from what I read, they're saying that Cena like personally said he wanted to work with Brock again.
Well, he's got to
Like,
work with him one last time. Yeah.
That's on his bucket list of like
what it was. Yeah.
Which it then makes sense and kind of covers up for the weird thing on Friday with him coming back to being a face and all of that. You almost forget that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
The thing that was said by Triple H, I guess the post show, I didn't get to watch that, is that, basically John requested this. Now, here's my thing. We're all wrestling fans. We know a bunch of things that are in the know on the opposite side, where a little kid that watches it and his disbelief is suspended. I'm trying to figure out how to say that properly. Give me a moment. My thing is, children watch to believe, right?
Yeah.
Did either of you watch the Unreal show?
I watched one episode.
Are you the first episode that you watch? Is it going to make you turn back to watch the rest of it?
I might. Yeah, I was interested, but like, there's some things that I had. Like, somebody said that they can't believe how micromanaged matches are, and I'm like, I can believe it because
definitely
it has to be, but it will make me watch more of it. Yeah.
Greco, do you have an interest in watching it?
I have no interest. Like, listen, I know how it works. I know how everything goes down. I don't want to see it.
I will say this: from the first episode, it just seems like they're painting. Like, look how good of a leader Triple H is. I will say that that is exactly how they paint.
Yeah, I have no interest in that. Like, I don't want to know that part of it. Like, I know how a magician does a card trick, but that doesn't mean I want him to tell me how he does it.
I get it. You sound like Bubba Ray Dudley. Bubba Ray Dudley basically said that you're taking literally all the magic out of this by showing every little fucking thing of it.
Yeah,
and then it becomes weirder to advertise that during an actual show.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't do that. Yeah. Yeah.
So for Triple H to be like, well, he requested this, it becomes one of those, thank you guys again for telling us that this is not real.
Yes.
When we know that the bumps are all very real, and obviously the sport is predetermined, but we love it no matter what.
Yeah.
I don't like that thought process, and I believe that is a TKO thing. Yeah. I truly believe that they're trying to take it in that direction. Like, everybody knows it's fake, so let's just lean into it. And I'm like, well, the point of pro wrestling is to suspend your disbelief. You know it's fake, but you're supposed to suspend. Same thing when I go.
There we go. That's what I was saying. So I was saying the right damn thing.
Yeah. So like when I go into a movie theater, I know David Cornsweat isn't actually Superman. I'm going to suspend my disbelief for an hour and a half and pretend that he actually is.
That he is.
Moron.
This is the reason why I can't stand people be like, oh, you watch that shit? And you turn around and be like, yeah, because what's happening on the Younger Wrestlers, I don't even think that exists anymore. It's a very real thing, bitch.
Exactly.
Dude, I went to Pittsburgh and I sat. I met my my father's cousin. Right, he was 80 years old or almost 80 years old. And he is so into pro wrestling. He just sat there and talked like a mark. Like, he was like, this guy doesn't deserve a title shot because he's, he was talking about shit about Seth Rollins and stuff like that. And I'm like looking at him, and it like dawned on me halfway through the conversation. I was like, holy shit, you're all in. Like you have completely bought in. Like, you're in. Like, I was like, so sometimes it works. You just gotta, I guess, don't watch that shit. Yeah. Don't watch Unreal. Yeah, don't watch the pro show. Just watch the show itself.
By the way you described him, Tony. Let me just say this real quick. By the way you described him, Tony, I bet you he was a big NWA WCW fan until he had no other choice but to watch WWE.
No. He loved WWE because he was like a he was like a college wrestler and shit, and he just got into it. He loved wrestling, and then they actually told me that one of my cousins was going to be what his uncle had, like a crazy mustache, and they said that he should have been a wrestler because he was built like one and he had like the collegiate shit. So it was crazy to hear all that, to actually feel like, oh my God, it actually was in my family. Because this guy, he is all in. Like, he loves wrestling. And he, like, he goes, that Seth Rollins is a no good son of a bitch. Like, he said things like that, like, it made me laugh because he was like he's invested. I was just like, that's good to see. I like that. Yeah.
Like, I don't mind like podcasts and stuff, and you hear about stories afterwards because that's not ruining the magic. Like you said, that's not pulling the curtain too far. That's just telling stories. I just think with this, I'm going to choose not to watch it. It's
fun.
Like, that's the thing for me. I don't know what this show, who it's aimed at. That's the thing. Like,
Right.
because the wrestling fan who wants to know the stories, they don't want to watch that part. They just want to hear like, oh, Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart got into a fight backstage and Bret Hart ripped a chunk of Shawn's hair out. That's the stories that they want to hear. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what we want to hear. You know, oh, Shawn Michaels wasn't going to do business at WrestleMania 14, so Undertaker sat in Gorilla and taped his fist up. He's going to kick the shit out of him. That's the stories you want to hear.
Yeah.
I don't need
to talk about it on Taker's podcast.
Yeah, I
like,
don't need to
really
see Triple H put his arm around fucking Jey Uso and go, I'm going to put the rocket ship up your ass, man. We're going to make you a star. I don't need to see that part.
Right.
Like, I don't need, I know how you do that. I don't need you to show me, you know?
Right.
So it's that kind of shit where I understand why you would think it'd be an interesting program, but it's not going to interest the audience you want to attract, because the audience you want to attract wants to suspend their disbelief because they love wrestling. They want to watch wrestling. They don't want to watch wrestling and then be told, this is how it's made, dummies. It's fake. I got you. They don't want that. So I understand why you don't want to watch it. I get it. But, you know, I just watch it to understand people's logic. Like, and that's another thing too. In the first episode, they were showing like everybody talking. Like why, like Rhea Ripley's like, oh, this is my character, and I would go to jail if I blah blah blah. And I was like, you're trying to work, you're trying to still work, like you know that, but this is pulling the woods. It's supposed to call unreal, but you're still trying to work us. Like enough. Like make up your fucking mind. Are you working us, or are you letting us in? Which one is it? You can't have both. That's why they took away the press conferences. The press conferences, they had no control over what those reporters were asking. But if you have them sit at that stupid booth, you can control the narrative. You can control your storylines. You ask the questions you want. They can't ask them.
Also, it was very convenient that they didn't do it after last night, considering now if these things are legit, like legit press conferences where guys are going to ask questions that are going to make you feel uncomfortable, somebody's going to ask, well, what's going on with Brock Lesnar in this sexual assault lawsuit?
That's what I'm saying. That's
now,
why
from what they said, he got cleared about a month ago. From what I heard this morning, they said that like he's been fully cleared of everything. But if you're having a real press conference, that's the kind of stuff that's going to be asked.
And you know what? They're also going to ask, is Vince McMahon okay? Because he just got into a car accident in Connecticut a couple days ago.
Exactly.
And they're like, I don't want to answer, because I guess Triple H had a question asked about Vince, and he's like, listen, if it's in the past, it's in the past. I'll get to you in a second. But
it's a complicated relationship. That's what he always says.
It's annoying. Like you know, can we just talk about? But that's the thing. That's the thing. You are now trying to make it legitimately real with these press conferences and this stupid show that you don't expect people to ask real questions.
What I find hilarious, and I'm not going to go political here, okay? But what I found hilarious is he did the thing the other day where he went to the White House. He's named as part of this whatever fitness program they're doing, whatever. It's okay. And then the reporters there start asking about other topics going on in the world. Yeah. You could see how uncomfortable and how he did not know what to do. Like he's just standing there like
he's a fucking meathead.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you guys, when they showed that on night one, was there audio to it?
As far as what, like the
when they showed him in the White House and all that stuff, did you hear us?
No,
they muted that audio because it was heavily booed in the stadium.
Somebody told me that too. Yeah, somebody told me
you didn't hear the audience. Yeah, you didn't hear the audience.
Yeah.
Okay. It became colder than a witch's tit in the outside.
Triple H, how do you feel about the Ukrainian the shit in Russia? And Triple H is like,
it's a complicated relationship.
That's it. That's all. That's it.
You made it sound like he spit out the water in that moment.
That's it. That's exactly. You got confused. He drank some water and he spit it out. That would be his response.
You know, showing stuff like that, and I get it because it's him, but at the same time, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like people right now are using wrestling as a way to escape from stuff like this.
Mm-hmm. But that happens. It infiltrates sports too. It infiltrates everything. Unfortunately, that's the problem.
But now the thing is, like, if somebody came out and was the complete opposite, right? What if somebody came out and was like, "Well, I don't like what's going on. I'm very pro this. I'm very anti this." Would they censor the person? Because now you can have Triple H coming out saying, "Well, he supports this guy," which is fine. That's his right. But at the same time, like, you know, it gets to a very slippery slope, and they got to be careful with doing that.
Yeah, but I think they took away the press conferences. One, because they don't want to answer those questions. Brock's back. They definitely don't want to answer those questions. And like I said, they want to keep it wrestling related, so they're going to control the narrative. But I think it's like they're cutting their nose off to spite their face with this Unreal show. I don't know whose idea it was, and I don't know why they approved of it. I'm surprised guys like Michael Hayes and Bruce Pritchard are okay with it. I'm shocked that those guys were signing off on it. You're old school guys. You should know better. Like, I'm not going to let these motherfuckers in. I don't like that one bit. But let's get to comments.
Oh yeah, let's see these comments.
Yeah, there's a bunch. All right, so Triple D says, "Let's go SummerSlam, baby." Yeah, SummerSlam is good. Stu for lunch is in the house. Let's go. Day off. Take some here. Our takes on SummerSlam. Action Figure Addict said, "Poor Jacob Fatu." I don't think he was.
I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, Peter Moline is in the house.
Do we think? I'm guessing what's next for Cody would probably be Drew. Do we see that happening?
If Drew is away from anything Randy Orton Jelly or Roll related, sure.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of all I can think of, because who else would there be for Cody on SmackDown to feud with then?
This, of course, was about the first night opening match. Big dudes hitting hard to kick it off. Young guys will get their shine down the road. Stu says, Action Figure Addict says, Roman Reigns had clean gear Saturday. Those Jordans were sick. You see he signed with Jordan?
Yeah. Yes.
He's the first pro wrestler to sign with Jordan brand.
And I'll tell you this, I like that they were matching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should. I said this years ago that Nike or Jordan should have signed with John Cena when he was wearing sneakers all the fucking time, by the way. So
now
nice to know that.
Now he has his dad.
Nice to know that I still call them even. I'm way ahead of my time. What's up, Justin Boots? Good to see you. Seems some are pissed Jade is taking a loss in 7 minutes. Were some pissed, Malik, that she lost?
Some the audience there to me was more 70-30, more people for Tiffany Stratton than Jade Cargill.
I wanted nothing to do with Logan Paul matches. Don't care how talented he is in the ring. Could not separate my disdain to enjoy the match.
Okay, respect.
Some people like they just can't get around that fucking guy. They don't like him. He's got go away. Sure.
I get it. You know, he like Malik said earlier, he's done some stuff that don't sit well with people.
Yeah, Action Figure Addict says the young kids love Jelly Roll. That's why he was put on the show.
When they started that chant, Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll, it was over. It was over. That's it.
The old lady at my work likes Jelly Roll.
I gotta say, somebody else I like that I have no idea who this guy was. The guy that did the opening, like the intro, he was talking.
Drewski?
Drewski. Internet guy, right?
I have no idea who he is, but I will tell you this: he did a fantastic job of setting up the show, like the lead-in.
I didn't see it. I didn't see those parts.
So for me, I question one thing. Cardi B obviously was the host of the show, but they only had her on night one, and I'm just like, that wasn't weird to anybody.
They couldn't afford it for night two.
I was just like, why? I was just like, she's only here for just this moment. I thought it was a little odd.
I thought we were gonna get something with like her and Chelsea Green or something.
None of that.
Yeah.
No. Because you know why? Because they were probably like, she's too expensive. She's not going to get it. She's not going to try. She's not going to like understand what she has to do. So we're not doing anything with a performer in the ring. Just let it come out. Be like, hey, welcome to SummerSlam, and then get the fuck out of the ring.
Because I was like, whatever. Because there was during the show there was the bad breath kiss cam.
Yeah.
So they were going around doing that, and I was like, I don't think the fans at home are watching that.
No.
So I was like, whatever. I was like, it's got to be whatever, if not video package, it had to be segments, because whatever segments did happen, if they had any backstage, we didn't see.
Something else that I found really annoying. Right after our match ended, it was right to the sponsor, right to the next video thing. Like there was no talking of what just happened. There was no extensive replay. It was, we got to get to the sponsor right away. And this is where more and more you're starting to see TK WWE.
It's not WWE no more. It's TKO. They just like, yo, go to sponsor, go to this. It's like watching UFC. Fight commercial. It was like, I don't like that you're trying to make this like a real combat sport. I'm not a big fan of it. Let's see more comments. Malik, I believe this is for you. When the wind blows up, you could smell everything. So it's
Let me
about
tell you
to-
something. It was freaking abysmal. By the way, I want to make mention that the main event between John Cena and Cody Rhodes was sponsored by Wheatley American Vodka. So how could Cody lose when he's sponsoring the damn match?
Sponsoring the damn
Yeah.
match.
I smelled the show from Northwest Indiana after Malik's description.
Yo.
So
It's like going to New York Comic Con. It's like going to whatever convention. It's like
Yeah.
whatever wrestling show. Some
Yeah.
fans just don't care about their personal hygiene, and it's very annoying. And I don't like anybody being close to me. It's part of the reason why I'm going to start taking anger management classes because the shit is sick.
I also to get back to Cena now. We're gonna get Cena Brock. I wonder who's left for Cena on this run. And the one guy that's kind of upsetting, not to say upsetting, because I call him
Edge?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Because I
said that-
feel like
that-
him and Edge one more time feels right because
Yeah.
that's one of his greatest rivalries. If not,
Yeah, I
maybe his greatest.
Yeah.
I think we could see a Rollins John Cena match possibly.
Okay.
Possibly.
Okay. I don't hate that either.
I don't know how we get there, but they had good matches. If AJ wasn't on Raw, I would have loved to have seen that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. This one's directly to Tony. Boo to Tony then. Io is a Stardom veteran.
I don't even know
All
what
right.
you just
in
said.
Tony's, I was gonna say in Tony's defense, like, come on, guys.
I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
Come
Stardom.
on.
What the fuck is that?
In Tony's
Anyway.
defense here.
Bland, these three women are trash. So done with Rebecca, Bailey, and Lara. It's very vanilla to me. That's what Stu for Lunch says. So I guess everybody has the same feeling, except for my wife, who thought it was a pretty good match. Which, you know what? Listen, the fact that she's okay with watching the shit, it's a step in the right direction. So I'm taking it.
Also, I have another big issue. When Jacob's in the ring with Cobb and the what's his name? The Tonga Tola, yeah.
Oh, Tongaloa?
Tongaloa. How come Solo and the other one are still standing outside, not trying to get in?
They couldn't get in. They had to mind their business.
Like Jimmy Uso standing there blocking the door is enough.
That's it.
Yeah.
Stop those two guys.
You didn't know that you didn't know that he's the irresistible force? Oh, the immovable object. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Can't believe that shit. Justin says Lara isn't convincing on the mic. She suffers from the issue the post-Shield Roman Reigns had. She's phoning it in as if she's trying to remember her lines. That could be it. They're giving her a mouthful of saying she doesn't know what to say. Just Boost also said Zilla Fatu isn't WWE ready.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take your word for that. I haven't seen enough.
I've seen a few matches because he came right at the end of our House of Glory run, so I saw a couple of his matches. They weren't terrible, but there's room for improvements for sure.
He's not it.
Why the fuck wasn't Julia on this card? She is the U.S. Women's Champion. She was on SmackDown. She wrestled.
Okay,
right?
so let me just get into that as fast as I possibly can. That championship has kind of been diminished since Chelsea Green has been the champion. It's not.
Yeah.
There hasn't had its special moment, and I feel like possibly Clash in Paris, you may see that title get defended there. Julia needs to be put in the right direction up against somebody that everybody's going to want to see her defend the title against.
Yeah. Justin Booth says JC Mateo is Filipino descent. He's not even Polynesian descent. So he's fucking
there you
Filipino.
go. See, there you go, Tony.
It doesn't matter.
Descent.
You're telling me now. You're telling me there's fake Samoans. Now you say no. This guy he's JC Mateo, so he is kind of Samoan, but he's really not. He's he's Asian Samoan. Enough with this bullshit,
sir. Those are your words, not mine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also because you don't like my little hat that I'm wearing now. So that's what it comes down to.
Action Figure Addict says AJ's gear was dope.
If that's not in the new game coming out next year, I don't know. I'm
gonna be in the minority here. It was Eddie Guerrero pants. That's all it was.
I will
obviously.
I will agree with him. I will agree with him here. You will definitely get an action figure of it. That's what he means, figure worthy gear. So you probably get an action figure out of it. Will it be an ultimate? No. It might be like a basic you see for $10 on the Walmart shelf. That's what I think. Action figure also said big match John delivered, and that was
100%.
Yes,
he
100%.
definitely did. Justin Booth says it was very reminiscent of John Cena's SummerSlam 2006 match with AJ Styles, finisher after finisher after finisher. It was a little too much. I agree. When he hits him with two FUs, I'm going to call them. That's how old we're going back. And then he hits him with that one off the ropes through the table, and he's still kicked out. At that point I was just laughing. I was like, at this point they can go all night with these kicking out.
Here's my thing with that. Okay, I feel that John Cena at 35 to 40, that's an issue for me. John Cena at 50 on his last run, I'm okay with it.
I guess I'm still not okay with it. Action Figure Addict says John Cena pulled out some new moves. Did he? Was there anything new in the repertoire?
Well, the code red is something he's done before, so that's nothing.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It seemed all
doing it on the floor was pretty wild. I wasn't expecting that.
He's pulling out everything because he knows this is it. He's leaving. He's literally leaving it all on the table. So I have to give him his credit.
At least he didn't do the springboard stunner. I was thankful that didn't happen.
Yeah, I
don't think I don't think that's Cole slipping up. I think that's them being allowed to do it.
Yeah, going back to that. Yeah. Lesnar is off the gear. I see. Is he? I mean, that's why maybe he had all those clothes on. He had a lot of layers on yesterday.
He had a little bit of a belly, but Brock Lesnar's still Brock Lesnar.
Let me tell you something. When these aliens come,
that's right.
We will all beg. We will all beg Mr. Lesnar.
When he takes that hat off and you see that hair and that beard, it's like, Jesus Christ, what took this so long to happen?
But he's a sick man.
To be safe, should we Walt Disney Brock Lesnar just in case the aliens do show up? Just thought.
I'm just saying. So Lesnar is allegedly a scumbag, but I enjoy the hell out of him. Hypocrite for sure. Logan Paul hate. at least you call it out. We appreciate the honor.
Exactly.
Also, I'm partial to Pat McAfee's stupendous promo with Webster's Dictionary ready. Oh, yeah. I remember that when he read the stupendous for WrestleMania, when he was saying this is the most stupendous WrestleMania. Was that during the pandemic? Remember?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jeff, for that. I hope this hits the spot. Jesus, I'm sorry. Here, thanks for getting this idiot interested in wrestling. Yes, we made a wrestling fan out of Jeffrey.
Good job, Jeff. Good job.
Yeah.
Keep listening to the show, though. We need you more of a fan of the show.
Yeah, just realized I posted a crap ton of chats. Now, don't be sorry for that, Stu. We appreciate you guys for watching us on this live stream.
I guess he was brought up earlier. I guess we should give a proper send off. I guess to the Immortal One, possibly.
Yeah. I had a lot. I did a thing. I do a simulated wrestling league every Sunday. So I had like a special tribute to Hogan, but my thing goes like this. I know he said some dumb shit. I get it. You know, it sucks that that hurt me to hear him say that, because it's like, buddy, what are you doing? You know, but I don't really. What died for me was Hulk Hogan, the character, was the guy that we all watched, the one we loved, the one who told us to say our prayers and eat our vitamins and wanted to be like a superhero. He was like the first live action superhero I had ever actually saw. So he will always hold that special place in my heart. And I said this on that thing on Sunday. He didn't save pro wrestling once. He saved it twice.
Yeah.
He saved it in the 80s when people didn't give a shit about it, and he became Hulkamania and bursted onto the scene. And then in 1996, when we were seeing garbage men and clowns and bullshit in the ring, and he and the NWO flipped pro wrestling on its head and turned it into what we like watch today and enjoy today. So I understand what he did as Terry Bollea is fucked up, but I think we should celebrate Hulk Hogan and Hollywood Hogan, the characters, because to me that's what died. Because I don't know Terry Bollea, I never met the fucking man, but I know who Hulk Hogan was. So I felt like we knew him. So that's who I celebrate.
I'm not gonna lie. I was never a Hogan guy, but you can't sit there and be like, "Oh, what did he do?" No, we don't sit here today talking about wrestling if it's not for Hulk Hogan. Okay,
he literally is Babe Ruth of pro wrestling. Somebody said that.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. And I feel, and actually, Jimmy Mooney actually said this, and it's really true. there's almost no more icons left that die in sports that
Correct.
you feel like, wow, this sucks. Like, not to be funny, like I feel like Michael Jordan is the only one left that if he died, I'd be like devastated.
Well, Jordan, I mean, I assume if you love hockey, Wayne Gretzky, right?
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah.
love hockey, but even then, like I feel like we're getting to the end of an era.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's not many left.
like you said,
you got,
whoever Terry Bollea was as a person, that's him. You know what? I didn't know that guy.
yeah.
You know,
And I'm just saying, like, for what he did, like there was no other guy who did what he did in pro wrestling. And I said this also. I said a lot of people will say, though, he buried. If you were in his position in the fucking 80s, you would have buried people too. I don't want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Ask every one of those guys how much money they made on the circuit.
Yeah, and I always go back.
I
always go back to the interview with Bobby the Brain Heenan that I sent you guys, where the Hogan would have worked with a grape if it meant drawing money. He said if he didn't work with you, it meant you didn't draw money. So that's the only reason he didn't work with you. So like I just felt like he, like, not to say that he didn't bury people. Of course he did.
Of course.
But
what? Cena didn't bury people. Triple H
everybody
HBK didn't bury people.
Everybody buried people. But I went on a whole tirade with Shawn Michaels that would make you furious. We look at Shawn Michaels with rose-covered glasses.
He's the biggest piece of shit probably of all time.
I tell people all the time, that guy was a piece of garbage. Like this motherfucker, I forgot who said that he's the greatest wrestler of all time. Yeah, he's the greatest in-ring performer of all time, but he's not the greatest pro wrestler of all time. There was a lot of pro wrestlers ahead of him that I would easily say that they're better than him, because Shawn was okay on the mic, but if you watch him on the mic, it was always yelling just long-winded shit because he was pilled out of his mind. People don't like, I mean, you fucking kidding me? Like, he would, first off, he never once, go back and watch a Shawn Michaels promo from 96, 97. He never once called it WWF. He had to say World Wrestling Federation. And he would say that shit over and over and over again ad nauseum until you were like, we get it. You could just say WWF belt, WWF title. You don't have to say World Wrestling Federation Championship. I was like, it's just, you could just tell. Like I said, go back and watch it. We look at him through rose-colored glasses, and we crucify the Hitman for being like, oh, he didn't want to lose the belt. I understand that's fucked up, but we got to give Hitman his due. He was fucking good. Like, he was good. And people don't give enough guys credit, and they get mad at other guys for it's just shit like that. That was my big argument on something.
And I'm going to pass this to Malik and get his thoughts to end it. I will say the one thing that kind of made me feel bad, and again, Terry Bollea as the person is very different than Hulk Hogan. But when Jimmy Hart said the other day how sad he was that Monday Night Raw is now his last thing that you'll ever see where he gets booed out of the building.
Oh yeah.
It's sad.
And you know, like maybe it's what he deserved. Maybe for saying what he said, it's what he deserved. And I'm gonna pass to someone that can obviously speak a lot differently than I can. But that's, you know, it is what it is.
So my thing is this. Obviously, we know the many things that he dealt with, the many things that he's done. Being a dude that was born in '84, my first introduction to wrestling, my two favorites growing up were Andre the Giant and ultimately Hulk Hogan.
Hell yeah, man.
You watch over the years and you get hyped, you get excited while doing backyard wrestling. When he had red and yellow feather boas, I turned around and I got red and yellow feather boas. When I did my introduction wrestling into Ace, I still had feather boas, not because of Jesse Ventura, but because of him. Though he ripped off a little part of everybody. Hulking up, he stole from Lawler. The promos from like Superstar Billy Graham. The feather boas from Ventura. Like, he took little things. Those are the things that, you know, little by little, certain stuff I would take to do. Yeah. But fast forward to becoming a grown adult man and then finding out almost a decade ago the things that he said, you're just like, sensitive subject. But my thing is, I will not erase what he has given to the sport of professional wrestling. There's no way you can do that. There's no way you can discredit him for what he has done to have kept people entertained for so many years. So, and there's still people in this world that say and do horrible things behind closed doors, and you'll never hear it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right. That's not the message that I'm trying to convey.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I said that Sunday. I said he said it while not even realize he was being recorded, because it was being recorded without his knowledge, because he sued Gawker for all that money, right? Now, doesn't make it right that he said it. But now, take in your mind how many times you said some shit behind closed doors with friends, where if that got you, like that. I'm just thinking. I sometimes I'm not absolving him of anything. He shouldn't have. Fucked up.
Here's what I think most people are forgetting: the fact that when the doors were opened back up for him, it wasn't a proper apology. Exactly. It was more so. Don't get caught. Because you never know who could be recording or doing what. That, in turn, is why people have not forgiven the man while he was alive, and people still don't forgive him, even as he's gone now. And I feel like that is the thing that everybody tends to ignore.
Yeah, he should have had some kind of
an apology. Changes everything.
Yeah, well, because it shows sincerity. It shows that you fucked up, and you're just saying, listen, man, I shouldn't have said it. I said it. I'm sorry. I was angry. You don't know it though. I don't know, but at least you say sorry.
Whatever the situation is, you say sorry, and even if you don't do a public apology, it would come out that like, oh, he went to this guy, went to that guy, or just went to a room full of people and was like, listen, I'm sorry. I was in the heat of the moment. I said something I shouldn't have said, and that would have been it. I think the way
with him not giving a proper apology is the reason why anybody that looks like me may not be giving him a pass. From other podcasts that I occasionally will turn around and watch, to people making big jokes and taking, let's say, WWE 2K and putting every African American wrestler in the ring to jump Hulk Hogan. These are things that we laugh at, but we understand why it's done.
Why it's done.
And at the end of the day, he had 2 children and a wife that cared about him. Can we at least give them that respect? Because I'm 110% sure nobody would like that kind of disrespect thrown on them when it's their family.
As someone who literally lost their father a month before, I can tell you firsthand that I wouldn't appreciate it if someone was talking shit about my father after we just put him in, So like I said, I saw people comparing him to Chris Benoit, and I'm like, come on.
No, it's
that right there is excessive, and I don't even want to go into that because
it's shit like that. It's shit like that that upsets me because it's like Chris Benoit did some fucking thing. I mean, come on. Like,
listen,
we don't care that.
You want to talk about disgusting, and I get it. It's the world we live in now. Someone actually had the footage of them taking him out of his house on the stretcher.
I read about that.
And putting him into an ambulance. Yeah, and Bully Ray was like, you should be disgusted by yourself. You should take this down right now.
Yeah. It was
like, there's no reason for that. Like, come on, guys. Like, and I get it. This is the world we live in now. But, like, no, you don't need to see that. His family doesn't need to see that.
Justin Booth says, correction, Hogan saved it 3 times. In 94, he saved WCW from going out of business.
Probably true.
I mean, probably true, but the reason I don't count that is because at that point we were so over the red and yellow. Even when he went to WCW, I didn't care at all that he was in WCW. It wasn't until 1996 when he went heel where all of a sudden I was like, what? And now I'm paying attention to WCW every week.
Now, and also look at these guys, right? And he goes to WCW. Savage comes.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart comes. The Nasty Boys come. Brutus comes. Mean Gene. All of these guys start coming. Now, not to say that they wouldn't have signed them anyway, but I'm sure once Hulk was like, hey, brothers, the grass is a little greener over here right now.
Yeah. We're going to go over here, brother. Let's go make some money, dude. Oh, hold on a second, dude. I'm about to go over there and make some money, brother. Just Jeff says the same happens in other media. The creator of a piece of fiction turns out to kind of be a piece of shit, right? That's when you appreciate the art and what was brought, but dislike the artist. I guess.
For example, for me, and this is the only time I will say it publicly, and if everybody ever hears it, everybody knows the whole situation and scandals and background stories you hear about with R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go one step further and say Michael Jackson.
I'm still listening to his music. I'm sorry, guys.
That's rough. You still listening in the closet and shit?
I'm not listening trapped in the closet, but I'm still stepping in the name of love. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I believe I can fly,
You know,
That's
that's it.
You put on a fucking. Listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. You put on Michael Jackson. I'll listen to that. You put on the Cosby Show. I'm sitting there watching Theodore Huxtable handle his family. No, I'm just doing it. You know. So, Cliff. I'm sorry, Cliff Huxtable.
Yes.
Theodore was the one who passed away. It was Malcolm Jamal Warner. Rest in peace.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamal Warner.
And WWE Hall of Famer Ozzy Osbourne as
Ozzy
well.
Osbourne,
all in the same week.
I know. Ozzy Osbourne it was 2 days before Hogan. July 22nd, and Hogan died July 24th. I always thought Hogan was corny, was more of a Piper, a Macho Man fan. Well, I get that because let me tell you something. When Hulk Hogan shook the hand of Macho Man and signed off, and he became a mega power, I was so in on Macho Man that when they disbanded, I was so against Hogan that I cried. He beat Macho Man at WrestleMania 5. I get it. And I loved Piper. Piper was a great heel.
WrestleMania 5 is honestly my first real memory of watching like a pay-per-view. And that's where I think that like seeing Savage lose, especially after hitting the elbow, I was so mad the way Hogan just popped up. And that's where, to me, I started like going down the thing of like, oh, I don't like the super good guy.
That was that was the first time I realized that. Whenever
explains your disdain towards Bret Hart as well.
Yeah. whenever I that was when Macho Man hit the elbow in WrestleMania 5 and Hogan did this shit. I immediately knew at that point what wrestling was.
Yep.
It was as soon as he hits the finish, he does this and does that. I was like, okay. That's like his superhero moment, like when the superhero goes.
If you want a funny thing, if you go back to I forget when it was when Jericho wrestles Hogan on SmackDown from whatever year it was. If you watch that match and the WrestleMania 5 match, it is almost identical.
Yeah,
like to the wrist tape and him choking him out and everything. Yeah. And instead of hitting the elbow, he hits the lion salt. Like it's to a T. Like it's probably one of the better Jericho matches because he had someone like Hogan to carry him.
Oh, see, this is twice in one show. Twice in one show.
You know what? We have to dedicate one episode to the great debate of Chris Jericho. And we're gonna have the defendant and the fucking plaintiff, whatever. And we're gonna have you guys. I'm gonna be
people's court.
You guys are gonna represent your case for Chris Jericho, and we're gonna decide once and for all if he's overrated.
I will be sure to have my other phone to have notes.
We're gonna have to set that up. Do you guys have anything to promote before we get out of here? You want to say anything before we wrap it up?
I hope more and more people start following on Instagram. I love wrestling history, which I come to realize people either enjoyed seeing Hulk Hogan being mocked and impersonated by Shawn Michaels, or seeing him get super kicked, or seeing Jeff Jarrett smash a woman upside the head with a guitar. I'm starting to notice that those are getting very, very strong views, and fucking I appreciate it.
Goddamn Jeff Jarrett, that son of a bitch. You can follow Malik over on Instagram at I Love Wrestling History. You can follow, if you want to follow Greco at what's your
Greco _Club.
Greco _Club. You can follow me at Legend Series.
Can I get one actually side note?
Go ahead.
Don't follow me on that. Follow a little page called Disney Foodies Travel.
Disney Foodies Travel.
Okay.
Follow that. Apparently, you're a foodie.
That would be greatly appreciated, and give some love to me, give some love to the wife. It'd be nice.
Yeah, if you love Disney food, apparently these two Disney couples travel around and take pictures of food. So definitely go over there. We're gonna be here live on the members only, and then this will air. If you guys want to watch the replay, it'll air on False Finish tomorrow. So I appreciate everybody who came through. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat, Jeff. That is Malik. That is Greco. This has been Spot Monkey Radio. We broke down all the coverage here. I'm about to play the music now. Oh, the music's back on. Take it easy, guys. Peace, man.